Good afternoon. Here is a news update at 1 on Impact African Television, IATV. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Mahmoud Yakub, has tasked new electoral commissions to ensure fairness and work towards credible election in Nigeria. He stated this when he received the newly appointed National Electoral Commissioners at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. It will be recalled that the commissioner was sworn in by President Muhammadu Buhari. Yakubu, while noting that the commissioners had a serious task ahead in the discharge of their duties, enjoined them to be conversant with the rules, procedures, and responsibility of their offices. He encouraged them to be strict in the application of the law, firm in handling the public trust, and fair in their dealings with political parties, candidates, and other stakeholders and all Nigerians. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to, within 48 hours, respond to an application filed by the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, who is currently in his custody. The application was filed on health grounds. Justice Ian Ekwo made the order after the agency claimed that it was not served with Kyari's application. Justice Ekwo directed both parties to go back and put their house in order, even as he adjourned the matter till Monday to hear the motion for bail. The Nigerian government has issued an advisory to its citizens in Ukraine, telling them to be responsible for their personal security and safety. The embassy urged Nigerians living in Ukraine to remain calm and also be vigilant. Thousands of Nigerians live in Ukraine, many of whom are students in various higher institutions in the country. It will be noted that despite threat of Russian attack on Ukraine since the beginning of the year, no plans have been made for the evacuation of Nigerians in the country. Russian forces attacked Ukraine this morning in what President Vladimir Putin described as a special military operation. The Russian claims that it's targeting Ukrainian military installations, including air bases. There are speculations that many civilians have been killed in air raid. Public affairs analysts have asked governments to provide adequate security measures of all forms to checkmate the recurring xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in foreign countries. Ayodele Fakeye has details.
Xenophobic attacks against Nigerians in other countries, especially South Africa, has been an age-long issue. Just recently, the South African police has assured the safety of Nigerians residing in South Africa following the latest round of mob attacks that took the life of a Nigerian. However, in reaction to the xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in foreign countries, a senior research fellow at the Institute of African Studies, University of Ibadan, Dr. Bafemi Jegede, is of the opinion that poor service delivery, competition for resources, and poor governance are the triggers of the violence.
State of things in a nation, every nation that suffers economic, political instability, especially the young people, they live in a state that does not provide adequate security for its people. I mean, when I mean security, it means job security, food security, social security. So when you don't have those securities, there's no way you will want to stay in such a place. When a particular country, a people of a particular country, or cause a kind of population explosion in another country, we may not be able to avoid xenophobia.
Also speaking, the Oyo State Chairman of the Trade Union Congress, Emmanuel Ogundinro, posits that the factors leading to the immigration of Nigerians to foreign shores have not been eradicated.
A lot of us are surprised that even if any country would try that, it should not be South Africa. We knew how much Nigerians sacrificed. Nigeria and Nigerians sacrificed to make sure South Africa was taken away from the shackle of apartheid. The real cause is economy. When the world was going through economic meltdown, I think the South African people were baffled that while they were not making it, Nigerians that moved in were making it.
They therefore urged the government to address the causal factors leading to the emigration of Nigerians as well as xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in foreign countries.
I would advise our government, our leaders. It's a pity, a lot of them, they travel out, they meet with the leaders of these countries in Senate climes, they know how it is done, but they will come back and will never do well. The only thing they can come with is electoral processes. How to rig votes, how to make people not to vote so that they can ride. But what of their business environment? What of the social responsibility of government to the people? What of the economic responsibility? What of the political responsibility? They will not do any.
The leader can solve all problems of a nation, and they can cause all problems in the nation. So they should solve our problems now. They should, imagine many doctors, many of them have gone now. Hospitals are almost practically empty. Very soon, professors will be leaving. I mean, many good professors have left. I mean, engineers are leaving. Then how do we now sustain our land? So leaders must make our nation habitable. We must make our nation habitable to us, and that's the basis for which we can enjoy our land.
It will be recalled that in 2019, some angry Nigerians in response to xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in South Africa burnt some South African businesses. Iroyin Lereefe, ITV News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital, on a two-day state visit. The president arrived at about 10 a.m. today at the Nasarawa State Airport, Lafia. On ground to receive President Buhari were the host governor, Abdullahi Sule, the governors of Kogi and Kebbi State, Yaya Bello and Atiko Bangudu, respectively, as well as the deputy governor of Benue State, among others. Some of the projects to be commissioned are the new Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, building and a mini power transmission station. Nigerians have called for a more transparent and accountability government as they continue to lament the hike in the pump price of the petrol and the scarcity of the commodity. Speaking with the Impact News crew, they called on the federal state government to be proactive, adding that the scarcity of fuel is adversely affecting their businesses. The Minister of Labor and Employment, Chris Nwabweze Ingege, has stated that the country will have been in crisis if not for the President Muhammadu Buhari's impeccable leadership qualities. Chris revealed this after his induction as an honorary fellow of the Institute of Leadership, Entrepreneurship and Corporate Governance in Abuja. He stated that if not for Buhari's leadership qualities, the country would be in an economic and political crisis like Venezuela. While acknowledging the fact that the country is passing through a very rough time now because of a lack of planning, he noted that it is not the fault of the present administration. Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State says Nigerians' leadership should be based on merit towards bringing everybody on board. Speaking with newsmen shortly after meeting with former President Olusegun Obasanjo in Abeokuta, Mohammed said the People's Democratic Party is rebuilding the party in order to reinstate unity among the people. That ends the news update at 1 on Impact African Television, IATV. Do join us for our comprehensive bulletin at 7. Many thanks for watching. I am Iyitayo Kufoworola.